Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. This is an Astin Weight from, I don't know what year, I'm gonna guess late 50s, early 60s. It was obviously painted. I'm pretty sure this was not a factory thing. Astin Weight did some crazy stuff. Yeah, it's gotta be, yeah, that's an indication right there, the metal being painted, that it was done by the customer, not by the factory. Although I have seen an Astin Weight that was painted banana yellow at the factory, and there was indications like there's indications that this was customers. There was indications that it was banana yellow from the factory. It was a grand, and it went all the way down to the soundboard, which here, come on over here. You can see right in here. It was a nice clean paint job all the way down, which you can imagine if the plate were there, if it were done at the customer's home, or the owner's home rather, after the fact, they wouldn't have gotten a clean paint job down there. Anyway, Astin Weight is just experimental and crazy in so many ways. And so when I heard that someone was getting rid of an Astin Weight, I jumped on it because I'm just a big fan of these crazy pianos. And this is actually the first time I'm seeing it. We just were passing by doing videos for other pianos and thought, yeah, let's do this one. So looks like it needs to be refurbished for sure. We've got these in there. I don't know what. Usually those are placed there for because there's new strings, but not the case here. We've got A-graphs. Look at this. We've got A-graphs on the top and then A-graphs on the bridge. So I'm wondering if this is one of those reverse. I think it is actually. It's hard to tell. That's a really, really long tail down there. That's interesting. Yeah, I think it's a reverse crown soundboard. So rather than the crown being bowed out like this, I think it's bowed in. So what is it? Concave. Looking at it this way, and then the strings are. Am I thinking of that correctly? Yeah. And then the strings are pulling this way, and the plate is pulling, or the bridge rather is soundboard is pulling that way because it's concave. And then with those A-graphs, it's pulling out on the soundboard, as opposed to how it usually is. We've got down bearing where it's convex soundboard, and then here. Why don't we just look at it rather than trying to explain it with my hands? So here we've got a convex soundboard right here. It kind of crowns up, and then these strings, they go up to the bridge and then down to the hitch pin here, which when they're under tension makes them push down on the soundboard, and the soundboard conversely, because it's bowed, it's pushing up. And this is the opposite. Like I said, Astin Weight is crazy. We've done one other like this, and the other one that we did belonged to a customer, and he was enamored with it, and I wanted it, and he said, no way, can't have it. But now I have one of my own. Okay, yeah, there it is. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can see the ribs are on the inside because of the shape of the crazy shape of this soundboard. It is a crazy design. And so you have to have A-graphs on the soundboard because you don't have down bearing. You've got up bearing, which is not even a thing in piano design, up bearing, but that's here we are. We have up bearing. So Astin Weight, you guys are awesome. But then it looks like the bass has down bearing. So you've got up bearing here and then down bearing on the bass, and you see how the root of the bass bridge, it goes over all of the ribs there. That's just bizarre. I mean, this whole thing is just bizarre. Well, all of the sound, or all of the bridges go over the ribs of the soundboard. That is so interesting. Yeah, dripping paint. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what to do with the finish. It's got a big tone. It's obviously out of tune, and it needs to be voiced, and it needs a lot of work. It sounds terrible, but I can hear that it's got a lot of power and projection. So this piano, after we're done with it, I think is going to sound. I'm really looking forward to hearing how this one sounds. Either it hasn't been tuned in a long time, or there's pin block issues, or maybe both. I think it just hasn't been tuned in a long time. Got some bad bass strings there. Cool. Interesting piano.